I'm hearing we'll take it from here. We'll take it from here. And I think your guide team wants you to trust and believe that you will receive the blessings. You will have your prayers answered. They also want you to relax a bit. I mean, so guilty. This might be like delegating a little bit. This could be just honoring the fact that you're not in control. And I think we're all getting strong reminders of that. And at the same time, you're being met with these guideposts that let you know that you're on the right path, or you have a choice here or there, something of the sort. There's something that's going to be presented to you, and you're meant to be ready. Be ready. So doors are opening for you. You might be focusing a little bit more on the doors that are closing because that feels a little bit more painful. I don't think that's your pain that you're feeling. Because I think you have buyer's remorse more than you have like pains from the past, if that makes sense. Let's go ahead and get into the cards because I gotta make this quick. There's gateway. Something about a gateway. I was also getting gooseneck. Gooseneck. I mean, we usually think of that as a bottle. Oh, come on, point. Let's do a card fell on the floor. Ace of Needles. Follow your passions and don't get wrapped up in someone else's drama. A needle has to be thread carefully. I'd say like carefully is not the right word, but and you might need some help. And I'm getting the sense that the support you need is there. This is both in the material and in the ethers. And I think they want you to rest your weary heart in the ethers, your guide team, your angels, your guardians, your ancestors, like they so got your back more than you even know. So consider what you're being presented with. There's more beneath the surface. No different than like you're digging into something, you're doing some contracting work and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna tear down this wall and do X, Y, Z. Then you like tear down this wall and you're like, oh, now I got to do X, Y, and Z. And not the same thing. I was like, there's more behind that. I'm just making light of the fact that sometimes you like think you're gonna have like a quick fix or an easy project, and the next thing you know, you're like, whoa, you're like in the thick of it. Back to threading the needle. Could be something about yoga. You might need to put your glasses on, refocus. Might need to cut the thread. I'm just trying to think of the symbolism here. Breakthrough. I think you're past the point of indecision. Is go time. Retreat is in reverse. Wounded healer. I like to think more of a light warrior than a wounded healer. You're not broken. Emperor status. Maybe you are more in control. The timekeeper is more about like mindfully passing the time before when your ships come in. And sometimes that's nice when you're like waiting for the train. You know, you get to sit and read a book. Emperor's coming out twice. Emperor's coming out twice. And the Nine of Swords is, I think you're not supposed to be afraid of your power. Others could be afraid of your power. Oh, you know those ones that like kicked you while you're down, met you when you're off season? They're like, whoops. They got back up. And look out. You could be visiting these people in the astral. So if you are having, let's see, conversations in your dreams, this could be indicative of what this other person could, or this other group could be receiving. So you could be putting people in check in their dream and they're like, whoa, they came up against something that they've never experienced before. And they might not have heed warning to their intuitive guidance, or like something in the material that said, hey, best not. Like they just ignored those warnings. So then when you came in and then your guide team did some work, they're just like, they've been put in check. But that's, you might have come forward to them in the material gracefully. but they didn't know you knew how to use your shadow, or that you weren't afraid of your shadow. This is like someone who points out your flaws and you're like, yeah, I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. I own my shit. Balanced. Balanced. You might find your person meeting up with true people, like the people you're meant to, and it's just like a matter of time. This could be some destined alignment. Perfect strangers coming up. Sorry, I'm not talking so great today. Plus, I'm trying to rush this. Magical. I mean, magical from the beginning. Magical from the beginning. Back to gooseneck. You might need to be flexible. I think this has to do with being like a conduit. And you're not taking on everyone else's burdens, so this might be time for some, again, spring cleaning that came up. There's a robin that just landed on the earth. Something's balancing within yourself, and because of that balance point, like there's not the friction that you're accustomed to, or you've leveled up in some way, right? And some say like new levels, new devils, and you're just like, I got it. Or you need to rest assured that your guide team, they got it. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I do hope this serves well. Please only take what resonates and disregard the rest.